So, where does the quarterback situation of the Steelers stand at the top of August, Gerry?
Well, nothing has changed, Rich, from this standpoint. Their plan is still that Russell Wilson is going to be their quarterback. He's going to be their starting quarterback. But what has changed a little bit, of course, is that Justin Fields has had ample time now to take plenty of snaps with the first team offense. They've had a lot of time here to evaluate him with the first team offense. Arthur Smith has wanted him to be aggressive throwing the ball because they want to see what he has. And of course, we know his skill set with his feet. Where Justin Fields shines is where you would expect him. One-on-one down the sideline or first read slant route. Where he struggles is when he drops back and, has to maybe go through his progression. So we've seen the good and the bad of Justin Fields. But the fact that he's gotten so many reps with the first team, I really think, Rich, this has never been Mike Tomlin's MO. Mike Tomlin has never really believed in taking his starting quarterback out of the game. Now, of course, I say that, and for most of his career, he had Ben Roethlisberger, so you can understand it. So he's not one to kind of just insert special packages into the offense. But, I think with Justin Fields, they'd be kind of stupid to not do that. And two, Arthur Smith kind of hinted at that yesterday. Maybe on a goal line, maybe in the 2-point conversion, things like that. But because as Arthur Smith said, he's dangerous with the football in his hands. And if you feel that way, I can't imagine they'll just let him sit on the bench as the backup quarterback. Unless of course something happens to Russell Wilson. But that's the plan. Russell Wilson is going to be the starting quarterback, and we'll see what or if they might work in with Justin Fields.
And the amount of time that Fields has gotten with the ones born out of Russell Wilson being unable to, right? Like that's why it happened for Fields?
Right.
Recently?
And both Russell Wilson's people and the Steelers have told me, his injury is not serious at all. They're just being ultra cautious with it. And he has participated in individual drills. When you watch him do his pocket movement drills, he goes back and forward with no problems whatsoever. He's gotten in on 7-on-7 and team drills here, more so the last couple of days. But it gives them an opportunity to evaluate Justin Fields. Russell Wilson is fine. He always says if he had to practice full, he could. But he tweaked it on the first day of conditioning. And Rich, in all my years and why this happened, I have no clue why the new training staff would want Russell Wilson or any quarterback, but especially a 36-year-old quarterback, pushing a heavy sled as part of conditioning. And that's how he tweaked his calf muscle.
Is that so? Right?
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
In all sports, Rich, they have, specific training exercises for whatever the sport might be or whatever the position might be. And you ever know, when's the last time you saw a quarterback pushing the heavy sled?
I haven't. It's the same thing. Exactly. Nor would you really, I guess, outside of the tush push or any.
But they're pushing
see any
at that
practical usage of such a thing, right? In any way, shape, or form on a football field. What's your reporting on Russell Wilson's culture fit for in the culture of the Steelers?
Rich,
its ways.
I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people ask me that, and because of, I guess, obviously of what we heard about what went on in Denver, I guess, talking to some people in Denver, they kind of explained to me what they thought it was. It wasn't disruptive in any form, But to me, what I've seen is Russ is a pro's pro, and he goes out of his way to be accommodating to everybody so far. So far, I see no evidence of what other people have said happens or has happened with him. But, when you look at him and what he does, one of the first ones out to practice, stays after practice, works with the guys individually. So I haven't seen any evidence of that. Maybe we'll see what happens during the season. I don't know that that's going to change. But so far, like I said, I mean, you could see he's a pro's pro and why he is who he is. But, all the other stuff, I need to see it first before I'm going to sit here and say that's the case.
Longtime Steelers reporter Gerry Dulac here on the Rich Eisen Show. So, all health being equal, there's no sense of Justin Fields balls out in preseason games 2 and 3 and suddenly causes Mike Tomlin to bring Arthur Smith in his office, and there's a big powwow about who's starting week 1, right? Like, this is Russ week 1 in Atlanta. This is going to happen, is what you're saying.
Correct. I don't think there's any question unless Russell Wilson would somehow be injured. But like I said, I think what they've seen from Justin Fields has maybe piqued their curiosity a little bit more than maybe they thought it would have at this point in time.
And a package for him would not be on this new kickoff for special teams, right? As Jaylen Warren kind of dropped in a podcast earlier in the spring, that led to a headline or two, right?
Yeah, you left out a word there. Ridiculously dropped in a podcast. I mean, that's never going to put his backup quarterback on special teams. That's never going to happen.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.